They'll reach out to people on Facebook, Instagram, what have you, Snapchat.
Social media makes it easier than ever for traffickers to meet and groom victims. That's right. Human trafficking really doesn't have a geographic or socioeconomic boundary. It is a crime that can target anyone, anywhere.
And that anywhere part is important because people aren't typically dragged into the lifestyle the way you may think.
Local 4 Defender Karen Drew breaks down the who and the how. Karen?
Devin and Kim, we're also talking about the where. Human trafficking. Believe it or not, it's happening in homes. While you are sitting on your couch, little do you know your child could be the next victim. Now, many people have these stereotypes. Human trafficking involves these dark areas of town or seedy hotels. I'll tell you who human traffickers are looking for. They're looking down this hallway, down an empty room where a child perhaps now will be sitting with their iPad, with a phone, communicating to someone. While you're busy on the couch, they could be the next victim.
It runs the gamut. A lot of times people might think of the chains and the shackles of someone being held, but oftentimes it's that psychological shackling, if you will, where they're in love, that they've fallen in love with an exploiter or a pimp, or they have nowhere else to go.
Back then it was different. You had somewhat of your OG pimps or your old-time guys that were still in the game. But it still wasn't, that guy necessarily in, that Cadillac or in that purple suit.
I think it's more people that these people actually trust, that they think are good people, are taking advantage of them.
There is the initial attraction. Oftentimes they may meet a pimp or an exploiter, and it's the idea of traveling around the world and, being in a modeling career. And I think over time they start to realize what they've gotten themselves into. At that point can often turn to a myriad of different things to anesthetize the situation and to make it more palatable, and oftentimes alcohol or drugs and whatever they can to really get themselves through the day.
I mean, I picture sort of an apartment house or something full of underage people, probably a lot of them on drugs because that's how they keep them in there.
There is that idea, I think, that a lot of people have, that people are just snatched, albeit at a Great Lakes crossing or IKEA. And not to say those things can't happen, but in the 15, 16 years that I've been doing this, and even at a national scope, I've not known of a situation. When I say the vast majority, I would say pretty much all of the time, the individuals know their exploiter. They have a relationship with them, or a relationship where someone has another relationship. So it's someone in the neighborhood, it's a friend, it's a family member, it's someone they're dating or falling in love with. And so that's oftentimes the grooming process and how it's initiated.
I picture vulnerable, naive young people being exploited.
It could be all sorts of things. I mean, if it doesn't look right, I would say report it.
I think with children, they tend to start to become very detached.
There's nothing wrong with being a helicopter parent as long as you're not, smothering them too much. I think you have to find that balance.
A lot of unexplained absences, and then you start to have an increase in the number of purchases. People walking around with, lavish gifts, nice watches, things like that.
When awareness is getting out, we're slowly making that shift like we did for the domestic violence, where it's on the upswing of things getting better.
Okay. And it's really scary to see that the innocence of a child's bedroom could literally be the breeding ground for human traffickers. I'll tell you, I talked with Lieutenant Price, and he said, you know what, he's got a son, he's constantly checking the iPad, the phone, he's asking questions, he's staying on top of everything he can. You just can't take any chances. That's the latest. We're reporting live. Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders. I'll send it back to you, Kim.
Yeah, you always have to be talking to your kids, seeing what they're doing. Right. Yeah,
because they're not sophisticated enough to understand what is coming their way. Yeah, exactly right. All right, Karen. By the way, we've got there's a lot more to learn about how people are trafficked, including why some victims are given a barcode tattoo. You can see more from our special report, Stop the Trafficking. It's on our website at clickondetroit.com, including this full 15-minute report.